Okay, so Jamie Carragher has come out criticising Lisandro Martinez following his, let's be honest, shocking performance against Spurs in the EFL Cup. Let's see what he had to say. I think a worry for United fans is Lisandro Martinez. I didn't think he'd play well in a back four because he's small, but he had a really good first season. In some ways, you'd think he'd be suited to a back three. He can step out on his left foot and he's got two big defenders next to him. But I don't think he's looked as comfortable since Amorim came in. He had a really poor night. This has led to a lot of fans and critics of Martinez questioning his future at Manchester United. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down Martinez's career so far and why questioning the Argentine butcher is a foolish thing to do. I don't think Martinez has looked as comfortable since Amorim came in. This one's an easy one to debunk, given that Amorim has selected Martinez in every game that he's been available, showing he's obviously performing in training, not to mention the stats also back up Martinez, having played quite well under Amorim, with a respectable average performance rating of 7. Yet again, the media are now trying to push a silly narrative that he's not right for Amorim, even though he's arguably been one of the most important players under him. It was only last week that he got the assist for Ahmad's game-winning goal. Surely if he looked uncomfortable, then Amorim wouldn't have selected him. The idea that Martinez is struggling because of the formation is just lazy analysis and simply untrue. This is something that happens with all United players after they're raised up. The media, as well as our fans, bring them down. The reality of the situation is that Martinez has had 2 bad games during Amorim's time in charge, the Nottingham Forest game and the Spurs game. So let's look at his errors in both of these games and how they came about. Error 1, Nottingham Forest. Now, what's going on with this corner? Delo is marking absolutely no one in front of Martinez. He jumps even though he knows that he's never going to get to that ball. If he's supposed to be marking the inside of the post, he's about 2 yards in front of it. People can criticise Martinez all they want for this, but if we can see directly from a set piece, then I do believe the majority of the blame should sit with the coaching team rather than the players, as they're the ones who are setting them up. Error 2, Nottingham Forest. Okay, so the cross is whipped in. Obviously, the Forest winger has about half an hour to pick his spot because Delois is too afraid to close him down. Then young Yoro is beaten on the back post, and the cherry on the sundae of his defensive disaster class is the ball is headed on towards our goal, and Martinez just watches it go past him, thinking it's going out of play, not being proactive to actually attack the ball. If you look at the last frame, you can see the frustration, particularly from Ugarte and Garnacho after this mistake. Obviously, Martinez takes the majority of the blame here, not hiding away from that, but the other players need to look in the mirror as well. Error 3, Spurs. Now this one is bad. I have no idea what is going through Martinez's head here. A ball is whipped in by Maddison. He had ample time to rearrange his body to open up his foot and take the ball, but instead he tries to flick the ball onto Ugarte without realizing that Kulusevski is literally right behind him. Really poor defending from Martinez here. Error 4, Spurs. Again, in these situations, you would expect Martinez to hold up the defender and put a tackle in, but he got absolutely skinned in a 1v1 situation. However, in his defense, Johnny Evans should have been shutting off the angle, and Bayendir, let's not talk about his performance. He's getting shipped off in the summer without a doubt. Error 5, Spurs. This one feels a bit harsh to call an error because it's not. He was rushing Son to avoid time wasting, but given Son scored from the corner, it's become a bit of a meme. All in all, for these shaky moments from Martinez, only really 2 stand out as worrying / showing a lack of concentration, and that's the ball he allowed to just go right across his body into the net, and the backheel flick he attempted in his own box. Can defenders have bad moments? Yes, they can. Given this has been isolated to only 2 games during Amorim's time in charge, I think it's very harsh to say that he's struggled under Amorim. One minute you're creating the memes, and another you are the meme. That's professional sport for you, but I am beginning to notice a turn in the opinion of Martinez among the wider United fan base. One fan had this to say on Twitter: Maguire will get a death threat if he plays like Lisandro Martinez in this game, just saying. Which, if we're honest, is the truth, but Martinez has racked up enough credibility in the bank to have a stinker here and there. Interestingly, TalkSport have reported that United may not value Martinez all that highly. United could be tempted to cash in on Lisandro Martinez if Real Madrid stepped up their interest in the defender. Martinez is being tracked by the Spanish club and is not considered off limits at United. Martinez himself could be up for the move as well, given his favourite defender represented Real Madrid. My favourite central defender, Sergio Ramos. A great personality, a leader on the pitch. I love his way of playing, a great career with many trophies. However, I am of the belief that Martinez wants more from his career. He wants to be one of the players who contributed to putting Manchester United back on top. Lisandro Martinez. I have won titles in Holland. I have won with the national team, including the really important World Cup. I've won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, but I want more. We want to put United at the high levels that this club deserves. As mentioned earlier, Martinez has been selected to start in every United game where he's been available. There's definitely not an issue on the coach's side with the player, and there's not on the player's side either. This is what Martinez had to say on Amorim. I like his passion, his energy, his way of playing. The coaching staff is good too. It's the way I like to play, with passion and energy. He has many qualities. Let's not forget that Martinez is a top professional as well. Not only when it comes to his own career, but when it comes to helping his teammates as well, as vouched for by Manuel Ugarte. Lisandro Martinez had permission to stay in Argentina for the full break with his family, but wanted to return to Carrington early to work with Ruben Amorim. Manuel Ugarte on the players who have helped him adapt. Argentines and Uruguayans are similar. They get along well and share a lot of customs. I spend a lot of time with Licha Martinez. He's also willing to sacrifice himself for the team, a trait that Amorim has already explained he values very highly, going as far as to call Mazraoui the future of the team because he's been able to fill in multiple positions. Lisandro Martinez. I didn't play many games as a left back, but if the team needs me there, I will give everything. But I'm not going to pretend like it's been all sunshine and rainbows. Earlier on in the season against Aston Villa, Martinez was dropped under Ten Hag because of a disastrous performance against Porto. This is what Gary Neville had to say at the time. If you had said to me 5 or 6 weeks ago that you would end up with Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire, I would have said there must be 4 injuries to the others. But the fact is, De Ligt and Martinez have been dumped to the bench. You can't really argue with the decision from a footballing perspective. Watching the goals they conceded in Porto, they were horrific. Despite the credit that Martinez has in the bank, he does need to raise his level and raise it quickly. It doesn't take long for fickle United fans to turn on you, and you're only as good as your last game. He's shown he can come back from adversity before under Ten Hag. Let's see if he can raise his game under Amorim. Let me know your thoughts on this whole Lisandro Martinez situation in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more honestly biased sports content. Godspeed.